Here's some big prayer.
I recently had a cousin of mine recently passed from COVID, so I've been trying to take it easy on that side, but just connected with my family and getting as much work as I can, but like get done. But really just been this whole week's mainly been for my family.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that too. I was sick last week. Something crazy. I took a COVID test, so it wasn't COVID, but I was sick as shit last week. I don't know what it was. It's a little crazy, but I know how that COVID shit is, especially with the past and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had it at the end of last year, and it was bad, but I didn't go to hospital. And gratefully, it got better. But it was I had like every single symptom.
So it was you had COVID?
Yeah, at the end of last year, like in December.
So you get the vaccines and stuff?
I did not. I did not. I don't. I'm like in a weird position. I feel like I don't want to get it, but I feel like this new variant is serious, and part of me is like my body already showed me that I can beat it. And the other side is like, I can't really go off of that either because you never know.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with the new one.
But I also don't fully trust the vaccine. So I'm sure I'm like a lot of people right now.
Right. So where you grew up at?
I'm from Brooklyn. I grew up between Brooklyn and Massachusetts and Ecuador. So, I'm from Brooklyn by way of Ecuador. So those were kind of the three main places I would say that, developed me as a person. But definitely a Brooklyn girl.
Where's Ecuador?
It's in South America. It's literally on the equator. That's why it's called Ecuador.
Oh, that's crazy. I've never met anybody who was from that way. You know what I mean?
Really?
That's crazy.
Where are you from?
North Carolina.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about any Ecuadorians in North Carolina. They're mainly in New York, Chicago, LA, and Miami. I think those are like the four main places where Ecuadorians reside in.
Yeah, I done met people from Alaska, but nobody ever from Ecuador.
You say you lived in Alaska?
No, I met somebody from Alaska.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So how you get into rapping?
I'm from Brooklyn. Brooklyn is hip hop,
Right.
So that part, and I always loved to rap. So I'd always, I feel like since I was 9, 10 years old, I remember I always would get in front of the TV and pretend to perform. So one of my first inspirations really like as a performer artist was Selena. Like I would watch her movie and like rewatch it, And I remember I would pretend to be performing in front of the TV, but whatever. And my brother told me one time, he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I want to be an artist." I'm like 6 years old, right? And he's like, "Well, and now I know this isn't true necessarily." He's like, "But if you want to be a vocalist, you have to write your own lyrics, right?" And my brother tells me this, and I'm just like, really? And so, no lie, that same night, I wrote like my first song. When he told me that. So, and like obviously whatever a kid would say, but since then I was just like, I just would start writing whatever came to mind. I would make up my little songs, and so fast forward. And into high school, I would freestyle, joking around, whatever. But I didn't really believe. I didn't have that. I'm not gonna say I didn't have that dream anymore. I just didn't believe in myself the same way I did when I was like a little girl. By the time I was in high school, so I ended up really devoting myself to sports and basketball and volleyball. And then I played college volleyball for 2 years. And I would still do poetry and I was still rapping. And so I started performing spoken word. And after college, once like volleyball was over, so to speak, I started going to open mics again and all of that. But again, I didn't really look at it like I'm gonna make this my career. It was more of just like releasing, expressing myself and all of that. And then I ran into my mentor, Tony Blackman. And that's my big sister, my mentor, all of that. And she basically, so I went into one of her workshops and we just ended up clicking. And then I just kept going to her workshops. So she would do like lyrical drills and all this stuff, right? And like there was like a technicality to learning how to freestyle and you know, and she was literally coaching me through flows and all of that stuff. So that I would do like playing around, but then I really just, because of her and her belief in me, I started really like, yo, like, I'm good at it. I'm nice. Like, I'm like, you know, so my little girl dream came all the way back. And
so what did you grow up listening to?
So hip hop and salsa. Hip hop and salsa. So those are like, to this day, those are my favorite genres. Well, in R&B, honestly, I probably listen to R&B more than I listen to hip hop. And I listen to salsa, the classics, the old school. So salsa, a lot of people don't know this, but the name salsa became salsa in New York. And I don't want to mess up the year, so I'm not even gonna say, because I think it's the 70s, I don't know. But so the name salsa came in New York, and so for me, I guess it's not ironic, right, that both hip hop and salsa began in New York, and and kind of off the same basis. Like, so the name salsa came about from different people from Latin American countries came with their sounds, and like the salsa, right? That's why the name salsa came about, because it was like a salsa mixture of different sounds. So those are like my biggest influences. Sorry, say it again.
Who's your favorite rapper?
Nas.
Okay.
Nas. Yep, that's my favorite rapper. Lauryn Hill is up there. Biggie is up there. Lil' Kim is up there because she was a big influence. And she was an influence in the sense of her boldness, like her voice. So for me, I felt like it wasn't just she was dope as a woman, she was dope, period. And I really felt like she could, you know, dominate any category when it came to men as well. Like she could be in a space full of men and still have the best verse. Right. And so, so for me, that's what I grew up only with brothers. So that was always the thing for me. Like the rest of the kids think I can't play football. Like I'm gonna throw the ball better than you and I'm gonna catch better than you, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You think I can't shoot? I'm gonna show you I can shoot. So I always would challenge myself to those things. And so, that's in that sense, Lil' Kim inspired me.
So, what gave you the confidence to go and perform and like do freestyles at like in the subway and stuff?
Okay, so so I was really broke. First of all, if I wasn't in need for money, I wouldn't have started to do it. And then it became something where I'm doing it for many other reasons. But initially, I had a lover who is a violinist, and he would go out and street perform. And mind you, his trajectory, his resume is like much more than anything that I had done or even have done to now, right? So I'm like, if he has the audacity to go to the streets, why won't I do it? Or why, I didn't even, like now I'm like, yo, I'm the only woman rapping on the platforms on the train. Like I still have not seen another woman do this. There's women who sing, there's women who play the violin, there's women who bring out paintings, there's women even that play the drums, but I have not seen any woman rapping on the train platforms in New York City. All right. So if anybody see this and they're like, I'm like, okay, tag them, because I have not seen other woman. You know what I'm saying?
That's
That
what's
does
up.
this. And so I didn't think about all of that when I first started. It was really just like, I need some money. And well, and then, you know, it wasn't my only experience really rapping in the streets, because I go to the ciphers that they do in New York in the parks, because they still got ciphers in the parks. A lot of people don't know that, but there's still ciphers in the parks. So I go to all of that. So it wasn't like necessarily like I hadn't been rapping in the streets, but now it's different, because now it's like, it's almost like your audience is New York, and New York is the toughest audience, you know, ever. So so I definitely, it's become part of my journey. But yeah, so that's really it. You know, if that relationship served for anything, was to get me to street perform.
So do you go out there all the
definitely
time?
made a difference. Say it again.
You go out there all the time?
I have other ways of making money now, so I don't go out there every day. And also it's hard on your vocals, because I'll be out there 2-3 hours.
Right.
And it's also emotionally, it can be draining. Not only like, you know, I was out there yesterday, but so I'm not there as often as I used to be, but I go every week. I'm trying to go this summer. I'm trying to go every week. You know, because it's also, like I said, it's a way to really connect with the people. It's a way to even practice, you know what I'm saying? See what connects to the people. Like when I do my verses,
Right.
What do the people like? It's literally my scene. Like it's the way that I connect. And I as important as social media is, I believe that for me, what fills me up is really connecting to the people, you know, like yesterday,
Yeah.
I haven't posted it, but yesterday, these 2 kids, maybe like 5 and 7, around that age, they came up to me and my homie who was rapping with me, and we passed them the mics, and they started freestyling and beatboxing, and you know, and that's beautiful, and that's the culture, and it still lives underground, literally. So
Right.
so that fills me up, because I care a lot, you know, it's deeper than rapping to me. Like it really is a culture. So
Right. So how long you been actually rapping?
but like I told you, I've been rapping since forever, since I was a little girl, but I didn't believe in myself as an artist to really put myself out there to I want to say 2016, I started performing with the collective Rhyme Like a Girl, which I'm a part of through my mentor, Tony Blackman. So we performed at the Smithsonian, we performed at Lincoln Center as a collective. And then in 2018, I'm gonna say officially, I was like, this is what I'm gonna do, period. And that was, and then we went on tour to Uganda through as like culture ambassadors, hip hop ambassadors through the State Department. And then in 2019, I went on tour to Colombia. And ever since then, Colombia has been another home for me, because I received so much love out there. And and when I'm out there, I'm always working. I always got a show to go to and perform. And so it's really all love there. So I would say officially since 2018.
That's what's up. So you just said that you was a culture ambassador.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, explain that a little bit.
So that basically means like a culture ambassador through the State Department. Basically means like I've traveled and I've traveled to different countries doing hip hop.
Oh, that's
so it's like a real thing. Like hip hop ambassador is a real thing, and I'm that. Literally and figuratively speaking.
How is it meeting so many different people and rapping to them and getting a reaction from them when you do that?
You mean in the streets?
Just now, when you travel to different, like when you're doing your cultural ambassador stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Travel. Yeah.
There's one thing about being from New York where it doesn't matter where you go in the world, even in the States, It's like, if you say you got bars, you better really have bars, because
Right.
their expectations is like up here. And so
Right.
that's always fun to like receive that affirmation, and you know, I'm confident in what I do. So at the end of the day, I always it's always love, honestly. It's always a lot of love that I receive, both when I was in Uganda, which I, you know, in my opinion, to where I am now, I'm like, oh my God, I've come a long way since I performed in Uganda. So when I think about it, it's just beautiful experiences, because you also get to see the magnitude of the culture. You know, like being in New York is so, and if you're really in the hip hop like world here in New York, it's like, you know, it's regular to you, like it's all around you, but then it's so beautiful to see how it's expanded all over the world, and how, and one thing, when I was just in Colombia right now, because they were uprising against the government, it was also beautiful to see how hip hop is still used and still fueled to move people, right? It's still used to inspire and change communities, and you know, protest music, really. And when you also seeing the fusion of hip hop from those places, right? So people will mix their traditional folklore with hip hop, and I love that. And being from Latin America, that's very important to me too, to represent both Brooklyn, New York, you know, but also represent my roots. There's no Ecuadorian hip hop artists in the industry that we know of, right?
Right.
So at least mainstream US music. So for me, that's very important, to be a bridge between cultures. And as I continue to elevate, I will continue to represent and go hard for mine. And at the same time, you know, like I'm always trying to get better at my craft. I'm definitely a student of the culture, and I'm a teacher of the culture as well. So those are important things for me. And I just love to see how it's expanded to so many different areas of the world.
Right. So you got bars, right?
Yes, sir.
Give me your hardest bar right now. Your hardest bar.
I'll do the
or your best bar.
This is I guess one of the latest verses that I've performed. So I'll do the verse that you just reposted on your thing.
Okay.
It's getting hard to breathe as a woman. Day by day, I'm in dismay. How many men look the other way? The burden does weigh. Barbaric hands will leave scars. They go beyond the bruises. Got me questioning, why do I even do this? Complaining is useless. I had to spill it in this music. I'm not just rapping for bread. Still, I'm hanging by a thread. One thing I do dread is being alone in my bed, reliving the pain, holding my breath, hand on my chest. I want to believe I'm blessed, yet I'm living in distress. Is this the consequence of being true to my quest? So I begin to discern, what am I missing to earn? The respect and return, maybe it's none of your concern. I just yearn for the day it's my turn, because my spirit is worn, truth is I'm torn. Even if I do lose, I do choose, continue to pursue no matter what I go through. Understand I don't quit, barely sit. I just go through some shit, go through the hits. Ain't nobody more fit. I bring realness when I spit. Now I'm back and forever lit. My pen draws pain with eloquence. Don't ever question my relevance.
Hey. Now, what made you write it? What made you write that?
Now that specific verse is also tied to street performing, because I got in a fight street performing with this grown ass man. I don't know if he was like twisted in the head, or he hated women, or he just I don't know if it was something spiritual. I don't know if he was possessed. I don't know what the fuck. But can I curse? I'm sorry.
No, you good. Yeah, you good.
but that was a tough moment, because I was street performing alone, and he came up to me and he wanted to take a picture, but then, and I usually give a picture to people that want a picture, you know, but then to not make the story too long, he started acting kind of funny. So I was like, you know what, I'm good. And then he was like, I'll give you $10. I'm like, it's all right. Like, I'm good. Mind you, I could make $10 in a moment, like rapping on the train station. So I was like, whatever, you're weird. Like, you're freaking me out, you know, in my head. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. So then he's like, you bum bitch. Da-da-da-da. So he started calling out my name. And, you know, and this is real talk. Like, this is some of the stuff as women we go through. And then as a woman who does what she does, as much as there is good moments and genuine moments where I really connect with the people and it's beautiful, whatever, this is really a moment where it's also very real, where, you know, a woman like myself is in danger. I'm 5'2", you know, I'm little and all of that. So it's just, this was he was maybe like 5'10", like over 200 pounds and all of that. And then he started calling me out my name. It's not the first time I was called a bitch for not paying a man attention. So I'm like, all right, bye. Like, I'm trying to work out here. And then he doesn't leave. And then he gets like in my face. Nobody does nothing, mind you. And then I'm just like, I'm just talking to God, like, please, like, have this man leave. Cause now I'm just getting tight. So then, what really take me off, and then I start barking back at him because now he's in my face, and he's like, "Oh, you gangster now, I'm like, what the fuck?" So then he ends up. It was a I promise you, it was a reflex. He drops he had a drink in his hand. He drops his drink on my money, and I just dropped the mic and I just like hit him one time, and then he was dead fighting me back like I was the dude. And it was crazy because this was like, you know, a lot of moments that led up to this, and so he's literally hitting me like I'm a dude at the train station in Times Square in outside Port Authority, and nobody. That's why when I say it's getting it's getting hard as a woman day by day. You know how many men look the other way? Yo, I don't remember feeling the punches. I don't remember feeling him hit me. But what I do remember in the midst of all of this was I literally saw men recording what was happening. Nobody stepped in. And it wasn't until a woman, I guess she was traveling somewhere, she had a luggage, she came by. It wasn't until a woman came by and she stopped him that he ran off and left. So it's just, you know, so and then 2 days later, I got COVID.
And that's probably where it came from. I wrote that verse.
Say it again?
I said, that's probably where it came from too.
I don't know, but listen, I know that I was, even if I got it somewhere else before that, it was, I'm sure the emotional distress caused it to be as bad as it was. Like I told you, it got pretty bad, but it didn't, I didn't go to the hospital, but I definitely had every symptom. And it was, you know, it was tough because I'm trying to heal physically, but then emotionally I'm like traumatized. And so that's when I wrote that verse. I was laying down in bed with COVID 2 days later, and it was just like, so that's why I was like, you know, and I think initially people probably assume it has to do with like a relationship or a guy or something like that, but nah, it was literally in the streets. And that's why I'm like, I said something about having to go, like, is this like what I gotta pay to like follow my quest, right?
Right.
So that's what happened, and that's when I wrote that verse, like laying down with COVID, like 3 days after this happened. But that was always present in my mind. I'm like, I've been through worse shit, and I'm still not gonna quit. Right. And like nobody could question my relevance. Because unless you as audacious as me, unless you as bold as me, unless you're gonna do what I'm doing and more, then I don't want to hear it. I don't want nobody. I don't want to hear nothing. No man, no woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna continue to do what I do. and be true to myself in the journey.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do. Be true to yourself. For real.
That's right.
So if you had to do a dream track, right? Who would your producer be, and who would your artist to have on the song be?
Okay, producer, that's easy to me because Just Blaze is my favorite.
Okay.
Artist. Like so many questions come to mind because, well, I told you Nas is my favorite. So for the culturally, for the culture, like Nas would be like a dream track. Like I wouldn't care if it wouldn't go commercial. I wouldn't care about none of that. That would just be something that, you know, would mean a lot to me. I'm trying to think. Oh, I would love to have a track with I would love to do a fusion, like a salsa track, like a salsa hip hop fusion. And that would be Ruben Blades. He's my favorite writer, composer of all time. So I'm kind of like switching genres, but I would still be rapping, of course, but he would be a dream. Mary J. Blige, I'm so like 90s, right? But like Mary J. Blige, definitely.
I mean, it's not far-fetched. You is in New York. They in New York too, you know.
Yeah, I'm so New York. I would love something with J-Lo and Cardi B too. I would love to do something, yeah. There's so many people as I keep going. I'm like Nicki Jam.
Yeah, that's dope. So what music you got out now on streaming?
Streaming, so I have 2 singles in Spanish and I got my music in English coming out very soon. So I'm gonna release a project in the beginning of the fall. It's gonna be a short project, but it's really gonna just give people a taste, especially like my fans that follow me from the streets, that met me in the streets, that you know, been around for you know, the ciphers and all of that. This is more, I feel like, for that family. Like it's more for the streets. So I have that. It's like and it's also a taste of who I am. Right? So it's gonna be called Humble Beginnings. And so it's a 4-song project. And I'm excited for that. And then I have a single coming out later in the year, and that's a fusion with bullerengue. It's a hip hop and bullerengue fusion, and bullerengue is a traditional folklore from Colombia, from the Atlantic coast of Colombia. And that song is called Verdolaga. And so that is you know, and I'm spitting in English and Spanish on that track. And it's one of my favorite tracks to date. So I can't wait for that track. But yeah, but right now, before that, I have my project coming out, Humble Beginnings.
So what's easier for you, rapping in English or rapping in Spanish?
They're both easy. I would say English, I can, like, I flow well in both.
Mm-hmm.
However, I would say in English, I have more variety. Like when it comes to wordplay, when it comes to like shifting and flow, and then also in freestyling, I can definitely freestyle much better in English than in Spanish, because all of that takes a lot more practice. And even though my first single was in Spanish, I would say I'm better in English.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So what is Lyrics to Life?
Lyrics to Life is my baby. It's my workshop that I do for the youth and the young people. Lyrics to Life, that is the idea that that young people discover that their voice matters, and that they discover their voice, right, through this workshop, through not only the lyrical drills that we have, but we have real life conversations about what's happening in their lives in the community. It's definitely geared towards Black and brown young people. And, and oftentimes we touch upon collective trauma, and we write about all these things that happen, in our surroundings. And the idea of Lyrics to Life came about just there's a couple of Bible scriptures that I don't want to misphrase, and so I won't repeat them, but they're inspired also by 2 Bible scriptures. But the idea is that you can build and destroy with what you have to say. So you can, just by calling somebody ugly, you can put them down, but you could call them beautiful and lift them up, right? So it's knowing the power of your words and knowing that your words literally can bring life to others and to yourself. So that's the concept of the name itself, of Lyrics to Life. And it started a couple of years ago as a showcase to fundraise. So I brought together local artists to fundraise for a project I was doing in Ecuador. And then in Ecuador, once I went out there to Ecuador, I kept the name Lyrics to Life for the workshops that I did with the children. And that was in 2016. And so it has grown, and now it's here. It's here in Brooklyn. I was gonna tell you I had paused it when you left.
All right, we good now. My bad.
Okay, no problem. It happened.
All right, so I got my co-star, my co-host coming in.
Yo, my bad, dude.
You good? Sincerity, Javi, Sincerity.
Hello, Javi.
Hey, Sincerity, how you doing? Jay, what's up, bro?
Good,
my bad, bro.
good.
What's up? So you missed it, Javi. She actually spit some bars on here.
Does it not usually happen?
Nah. Actually,
that was the first time.
Yeah, it was the first time. First time in a while, yeah. Because I usually have people freestyle on the show, but not through Zoom. You know what I mean? So okay. You doing that was the first time. That's a good thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm gonna post that too. So okay. I appreciate it.
No doubt.
So other than the songs that you got coming out, what else are you working on?
I'm working on a collection of poetry, and I'm also I'm gonna publish a collection of poetry from my participants. So it'll be so both. So one of my collection of poetry, and then I have a collection of poetry for my participants. So they have something tangible to leave with, and hopefully, if I could get a lawyer to do things the right way, then it'll be something where we can also sell the Lyrics to Life collection, and each participant will receive a piece of that. So it'll be also teaching the young people how to make money out of their art. So
that's what's up. So
yeah.
So are you modeling too? Like I see you just taking a lot of pictures, or is that just like part of you promoting yourself?
That's just me showing y'all nice pictures. But I don't even feel like I have that many pictures. I'm not the type to like post a selfie every day or nothing like that. So yeah, usually if I have like a photo shoot for a specific purpose,
Yeah.
For example, I just had a photo shoot for my project that's coming out. So like, so I'm gonna choose a cover, and then I have a photo shoot, and then I also took some pictures for the collective that I'm a part of, Rhyme Like a Girl. So there's gonna be some stuff happening over there that I can't really talk about yet, but yeah, so sometimes I get leftover pictures that we don't necessarily use, and I'll just like, okay, I'm gonna post this one or something like that. But yeah, it's always good to have new pictures. I think as an artist, especially as a woman, regardless of what people say, it matters how we look. It matters, all of that stuff matters. So it's always nice to have fresh pictures regardless.
Right. So this is kind of like a 2-part question, so to speak.
Okay.
So I want you to say this in English and Spanish.
Okay.
All right, so I want you to tell me what your goal is for the rest of 2021.
Okay. I have so many goals. Okay. My goal is to not only continue to grow as an artist, but finally drop like my project, right? There's been a long time waiting. And I also want to drop a hit single this year. Like, I really feel like it's time. So it's time for everyone to know who I am. So that is the goal as well. Everyone to know who I am, to hear my voice, to hear my music, to be inspired by my story, right? I do believe that I have a story that will inspire many, and to build in my communities, because I'm part of many communities, and continue to work and build up the youth, and welcome anyone aboard who's willing to do that, because there's still a lot of people in the culture that care about the community and care about the youth, and it's so beautiful to be a part of that as well, you know. Yeah. So heart is people always, and I create for the people, you know, and for my family as well. So.
All right. So.
Oh yeah, in Spanish. My bad.
No, you good. Now you good.
So you good. That was a lot.
Yeah. You good. So in Spanish, tell everybody why they should listen to Sincerity.
Pienso que todo el mundo debe escuchar a Sincerity, porque soy el puente entre culturas y mi jornada es una que va a inspirar al mundo. Y punto.
Okay. I don't know what you said, but it sounded perfect.
I said everyone should listen to Sincerity because I'm a bridge between cultures. And I forgot what I said. And then the world, and I'm out to inspire the world.
That's what's up.
Period.
That's what's up. So tell everybody your Facebook, Instagram, all of that, where they can find your music at.
Yes, Sincerity Lyrics. And it's not Serenity, Sincerity. Okay, Sincerity Lyrics. That is where you can find my social media, and on platforms, Sincerity Garcia.
Okay, yeah, so, that's how I found your music
Lyrics too. On social media, and Sincerity Garcia on all platforms.
Oh, right. That's how I found your music too. I was listening to your music before you came on, and I had to go to your link tree. I actually looked up your song because your song was on Spotify, but I played the music on Tidal because it just paid more for streams. So yeah, so I got you downloaded in my Tidal playlist, and I'm definitely gonna throw you
the exclusive I sent you.
Yes, I'm gonna play that in my mix tonight actually as well. So
wait, a Clubhouse?
Oh, she got an R&B song? Oh yeah.
Yeah, on Clubhouse. No, it wasn't an R&B song. It wasn't an R&B song.
I'm like, wait.
Oh man,
it wasn't an R&B song.
I got excited.
Nah, but yeah. I like when people send me their songs from Clubhouse or from wherever. If I'm playing music on Clubhouse, more than likely I'll play your song.
Hey, I appreciate that. Just let me know if you play it so I can be there and I can be like, that's me.
I got you. I got you. But Sincerity, I appreciate you for being on Piff Radio. I'm gonna drop this interview actually on Saturday morning, 9:00.
Okay.
So I'll make sure I tag you in the clips. I'm gonna post it on iHeart and Spotify as well.
Okay.
And if you can give me a drop real quick.
And it's Spanish.
Yeah.
English drop and a Spanish drop.
Spanish is extra. Let me stop.
But we like it. It's spicy. It sounds so good.
Thank you. You look like you speak Spanish.
We're not getting into that. We're not getting into that tonight.
Okay, so do I say so Piff Radio, right?
Yeah. You don't gotta say names, just say Piff. As long as you say Piff Radio, it's all good.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Yo, it's Sincerity Garcia coming through straight from Brooklyn. And I need everybody to tune in to Piff. Do over. Hold on.
It's all good. Yeah, we got it.
It's all right.
Hey, yeah, it's all right. Take your time. You good.
Okay, I got you. I was almost there. Okay. Yo, it's Sincerity Garcia coming straight from Brooklyn. And I need everybody, like todo el mundo, to tune in to Piff Radio. You're
Hey.
There we go.
One more.
One more?
Spanish.
Oh, the one in Spanish? In all Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay. Hola, mi gente bella, preciosa, hermosa. Es Sincerity Garcia. Y yo quiero decirle a ustedes que vayan a Piff Radio ahora mismo para escuchar lo mejor que se está escuchando en las calles, ¿ok?
Hey.
Ya tú sabes.
Hey, Sincerity, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for being on Piff Radio.
Thank you for having me. God bless y'all.
All right, now you have a good night, and I'm gonna hit you up too.
All right, peace and blessings, y'all.
All right.
Bye.
It's a pleasure, Sincerity. We'll talk.
All right, likewise.
It's all. Hey, you good though? I know you was asleep, man.
Not bad. Yeah, I ain't get no sleep last night, man. Nothing.
Yeah, no, that's all good. That's why. But I did talk to hold on.